Hello, and I've got to be really cautious in the first 30 seconds of a YouTube video because it'll get demonetized, it'll go down the algorithm. But today we are going to be exploring, and I'm going to have to do this through interpretive dance, that time in your life when... Oh, Mum! No! I'm sorry, Mummy! Jason!
A better you starts today.
When were you caught doing it? Can't wait to get into the stories for this one because... I like watching. When I was younger, a girl and I were getting frisky in a church parking lot. Ah, yes, the holiest of places. At like 11 p.m. Didn't realise there was going to be a midnight service. Well, when were you doing it, you idiot? Christmas Eve? Wound up with the pastor of the church knocking on the window and asking us to leave. Ugh. Pasta! That's going to be ingrained in your mind for the rest of your life.
I know that Jesus, he teaches us not to judge, but Dios mío.
Good times. Well, probably not for the priest, mate. Her and I got caught a few times in public, actually. Ah, so you got that kink like Homer and Marge, yeah. Just between us. Me too. But I'm too much of a pussy to enact on it, so... See, this is why we like veering into other people's sex lives, huh? In the backseat of a Hilux, parked down the road in a place we thought was rural enough. I bet you it was an alleyway in Melbourne. 10 minutes in, some bogan comes flying down the road, spotlights on. Oh, he was pigging. And then he came across a couple making bacon. He sees me through the back window and starts spamming his horn, flashing his lights, stops about 3 meters away, continuing to beep. Had to quickly jump into the driver's seat, half naked, and drive off. See, that's the incredible thing about rural Australia. You can never stoop low enough for them to care. Come on, no time to put your dick away, mate. I've got a wombat in the back. It's obviously been on the road for a couple of days. I need to get it in the freezer. During a house viewing at my student accommodation, couldn't you literally wait 15 minutes? It was painfully embarrassing, but we didn't let it discourage us, and we carried on after they left. You didn't pass a uni degree, did you? Props to you for living out what we all thought tertiary education was going to be, which was just American Pie 2. Oh no, my grandma just walked in and I accidentally pulled my dick out while I was cumming. Sorry, Grandma. Anyway, time for round 2. That's why it was really called American Pie 2. Filmic history lessons with Jordan Shanks. Don't bother watching it. Watch the one that went straight to DVD. That is my genuine opinion, by the way. American Pie Band Camp. Why didn't it get the Oscar? I was on a long bus ride home at 1 a.m. after a long night on the piss with some mates. Me and this girl who was hanging out with us decided now was the perfect time to sneak into the bus toilet for some fun. Buses have toilets? I've been pissing myself like an idiot. After a lot of loud giggling and stumbling over people to get out of our seats, we stumbled to the small toilet at the back of the bus. Now, one thing out of buses, they move around a lot. Another thing about buses, their toilet doors don't always lock properly. Yeah, that's exactly what you need when you're having the lowest shit of your life. Are you done? So inevitably, everyone got a nasty surprise when she fell into the door and it flung open, throwing her out. The door shut behind her, and I sat there in the toilet alone for 5 minutes, mustering up the courage to head back out and make my way back to my seat. Well, it gives a whole new meaning to the phrase walk of shame, doesn't it? In the animal shelter. You dirty dog. We were doing it doggy style. Damn it, his pun's better than mine. This feels like you're just asking for people's public sex stories. Yeah, now make with the goods. So, let's be honest, a few hundred people can sit there. Yeah, that's right. But I'll buy it. Not my story, coward. Shut up. A girl I went to secondary school with got caught giving up neck, gobby. Why is it called neck? What, because of the whole pelican? That it? Ugh. Thing was you and some other chick, yes. They both shit themselves at different points in the night. First the guy, then later the girl. I think she just didn't want him to be alone in the shit. Well, I can see why you don't want to admit that it's your story. Don't judge me. Oh, no one's doing that. But we took the wife out fishing. We were at my sister-in-law's shack for an extended weekend. The shack was small and therefore had to behave. Oh, so she was there. Unfortunately, we got so toey. For international viewers, how gross is this? Toey in rural Australia means horny. I like this. This is just a grand tour of Toowoomba, Port Adelaide. Those are the only towns I can remember at the moment, but every single one of these stories is obviously some guy in a VB singlet. Oh yeah, I'll humiliate myself publicly. Nowhere to social climb if you're a sheep shearer. We got toey when we finally stopped the motor and flicked the squid jags out. Okay, too rural for me, don't know what that means. We realised we were alone and it was on like Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong must be a rural Australia thing. I only played Crazy Kong. It's a rip-off, look it up. There was a lovely current there, and while in the sesh, drifted from a secluded cove round the bend in front of a boat ramp and a bunch of shacks. Yep, there we were, looking like bare-ass 8-limbed beasts, smashing it on the captain's chair. After our sesh, we managed to get a few squid and were met with cheers of applause when we finally returned to the boat ramp. So it is the greatest thing about rural Australia. They are so obsessed with sex that if you do something that is obviously embarrassing as that, this is the response. Yeah, select that man, yeah. What is the final story? Behind a church. Of course. How fitting for all of the heathens that are watching this now that seem to think that the only point of having a place of worship is that so you can go there and jizz on the Bible. You people make me sick. But we'll continue on with the comment. She was moaning and we interrupted some religious functions. This should have just been called Why I Hope Hell Exists. Over and over, it has just been story after story of yes, the holiest man in my community saw me his daughter. This is the best day of my life. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, you are going to enjoy this channel because really what it has evolved into is giving you sagely life advice followed by perving on strangers. How can you not subscribe?